Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOBH's Kim Richards makes rare public appearance after sobriety struggles. There are a few reality stars who are universally beloved, but Kim Richards from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is one of those rare ones. We rally around her, and we want the best for her as if she were a long-lost aunt. That's why we're so thrilled to share that she just made a public appearance in New Jersey amid her reported relapse, and she looks like she's doing really well. We first learned about a potential relapse from Kim in September 2024. At one point, reports suggested that she had been placed into a psychiatric hold. Insiders close to the family said she reached a breaking point in her relationship with her sisters. Supposedly, Kyle Richards wanted to give her sister a dose of tough love, and it might have worked. Over the weekend, she made an appearance at the Chiller Theater Expo in Parsippany, New Jersey. It was an event celebrating all things sci-fi, horror, and pop culture. Other guests at the expo included Linda Blair from The Exorcist and the original actor who played Barney the Purple Dinosaur. So if you're not going to BravoCon 2025, this might have been the next best thing. According to a report from Entertainment Now, Kim appeared to be all smiles while greeting RHOBH and escaped to Witch Mountain fans at the event. She spent her afternoons at the three-day convention signing autographs, posing for pictures, and looking fully in her element. Kim appeared at a similar pop culture expo in Los Angeles earlier this year, and these types of events happen all around the country. If this is a new thing for her, we're here for it. It seems like a great way for Kim to stay on a positive path while making a few extra bucks. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is streaming on Peacock and Hayu in the UK and Ireland. It was a cool spring evening in Los Angeles, the kind of night where the Hollywood Hills hum with quiet energy and the lights of the city blur like champagne bubbles. But amid the familiar glamour, something different was stirring, a rare appearance that felt more like a soft rebirth than a red carpet return. Kim Richards, former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star, actress, and beloved tabloid enigma, stepped into the public eye once again, her presence sparking a flurry of flashbulbs, whispers, and genuine emotion. She wasn't just showing up, she was showing strength. For years, Kim's journey has played out in front of millions, sometimes painfully, sometimes poignantly. A child actress turned reality star, she lived in a world both blindingly public and deeply personal. Her struggles with addiction, her stormy relationships, and her turbulent sisterhood with fellow RHOBH icon Kyle Richards were televised in excruciating detail. For fans, she was a complicated symbol, vulnerable and volatile, loving yet lost. But this time, there was no drama in her eyes, just clarity. Dressed in an understated yet elegant navy jumpsuit, her signature blonde hair falling in gentle waves, Kim appeared at a charity gala supporting mental health awareness, an event close to her heart. It was her first major appearance in nearly 2 years, and while she wasn't billed as the headliner, it was clear the crowd was quietly abuzz with curiosity. "That's Kim Richards," someone whispered, equal parts surprise and admiration in their voice. Gone was the anxious energy that once trailed her like perfume. In its place, a serenity that can only be earned. "Being here feels like a gift," Kim said to a reporter from a popular lifestyle outlet, her voice steady but soft. "A few years ago, I wasn't sure I'd ever feel comfortable in a room like this again." Indeed, the road back hasn't been an easy one. Kim has spent the past several years focusing on recovery, real, messy, unglamorous recovery. Away from the cameras, she's leaned into therapy, leaned on her children, and leaned into who I was when no one was looking. She told the crowd during a brief, unscheduled speech that drew respectful silence. "Sobriety isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. Some days I climbed, other days I circled, but I kept moving." It was a moment that felt less like a celebrity soundbite and more like a survivor's anthem. Kim's public life began long before Bravo ever came calling. As a Disney star in the 1970s, she was the wide-eyed face of innocence in films like Escape to Witch Mountain. Later, her return to fame via The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills catapulted her into a new kind of spotlight, one that often burns far hotter than Hollywood ever did. On RHOBH, Kim was the unpredictable sister, the one who sparked both concern and chaos. Fans remember the limo fights, the cryptic confessions, and that unforgettable moment when she told co-star Lisa Rinna, "Let's talk about the husband," a phrase now etched into Housewives history. But behind the memes and meltdowns was a woman unraveling, trying to stitch herself back together on screen. Eventually, the cameras went dark on Kim. She stepped away from the series, citing a need to heal. At the time, the tabloids were ruthless, painting her as a fallen star. But beneath the headlines, Kim was doing the hardest work of all, finding peace. Tonight, she wasn't just making a cameo, she was reclaiming her narrative. Longtime friend and fellow RHOBH alum Brandi Glanville, who was also in attendance, embraced Kim with visible emotion. "She's a warrior," Brandi said. "I've seen her at her lowest. To see her like this, glowing, grounded, it's beautiful." The two posed briefly for photos, Kim offering a warm smile that felt genuine rather than performative. It was a reminder that for all her struggles, Kim has always had a magnetic vulnerability, a rawness that connected her to audiences in ways no amount of glamour ever could. Not far away, Kim's daughter, Brooke Wiederhorn, looked on with pride. "She's worked so hard to get here," she said. "This isn't just a public appearance. It's a milestone." There's something inherently brave about coming back, especially in a culture that's so quick to write people off. Kim Richards didn't return with a big announcement or a press tour. She didn't sell a redemption arc. She simply showed up, and sometimes that's more powerful than any storyline. The event wrapped with a candlelit tribute to those lost to addiction and mental illness, a somber, emotional closing that clearly touched Kim. She held her candle with both hands, eyes closed for a moment, lips moving silently. A prayer, perhaps, or maybe a promise. To stay the course, to stay present, to stay alive. As the guests trickled out and the lights dimmed, Kim stood quietly by the door, hugging friends and thanking event organizers. A few fans approached hesitantly, unsure whether to intrude. "You look amazing," one young woman told her. Kim smiled, taking her hand. "I feel peaceful," she replied. "And that's more than I could ask for." There's a quiet revolution in that word, peaceful. Not perfect, not famous, not even sober, though that too she continues to fight for. But peaceful. In a town built on appearances, peace is perhaps the rarest accessory of all. Whether Kim Richards returns to RHOBH or chooses to stay behind the scenes, her legacy is no longer just about breakdowns and rehab stints. It's about resilience. It's about the silent strength it takes to rebuild when the cameras stop rolling. And as she disappeared into the velvet LA night, her presence still lingering in the warm afterglow of the event, it was clear, Kim Richards isn't who she once was.